earlier had the chance to catch up with New England Patriot Lawrence Guy. Good dude. Enjoyed the conversation. I think you will too.
Lawrence Guy, thanks for making time for us, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's start with the most important thing. Life as a Super Bowl champion, fill in the blank here. Feels like what the last few months?
Oh, it feels amazing for the last couple of weeks, leading up to the big game and actually winning it. You get to have the whole experience of the graffiti get thrown at you, have your family down there, and the parade is unreal.
What's the and obviously for you guys, your organization, the Patriots, have made an art of not just winning, but, and I know it's a cliche, but staying in the moment, staying focused, not doing a lot of media. What's the moment where it really hit you in an emotional way? I am a Super Bowl champion.
Once you wake up in the morning at 9 a.m. to get on the flight, that's when it really hits you. You're like, hey, I'm not going here losing this time. Because, last year we came out, we lost. So going on that flight is horrible because both teams have to see each other, the families, once you get on the flight because it's the same airport. And this time we were like, okay, now we get to stand in line and see everybody else's family. You see the emotions on everybody, like we really lost this game. You see everybody else just happy. So that's it's a surreal moment when you get to sit there in line, like, well, I'm checking my bag to get on this flight, Super Bowl champ.
So the year before at the flight in Minneapolis, obviously not as pleasant an experience.
Not at all, especially because I knew a lot of people on the team. So I saw their families. I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh, good game. I'm like, yeah. I'll talk to you later.
Lawrence, we've seen the last few days this week some massive contracts to a variety of guys around the NFL and free agency, and really not defined by position, just across the spectrum. We've seen a lot of big paydays. There was a lot, almost I think $1 billion in cap money that was available. As a player, give us your perspective as you follow the news and you see big deal after big deal after big deal for guys you play with, guys you play against.
Well, they're truly blessed to get those deals. And you look at it, you don't see a variety of players getting capped anymore. You can see the growth of the contracts through the NFL, and actually you can see the players actually getting what they deserve. And as the years keep going on, we can see that the numbers are going to keep going up. And it's not just going to be, hey, you're going to get paid regular price, we're going to do this. No, they're definitely getting the money that they worked hard for the last couple of years. And you can see they're paving the way for the rookies coming in this year and everybody coming on contract in the next couple of years that definitely have a chance to achieve something that we really don't see that much.
All right, if I'm remembering right, you got a $20 million deal with the Patriots. So when you work hard and things go well and you earn that kind of an income, what's the first thing? Was there anything you treated yourself to or treated someone else to when I was like, all right, I got a little money now, I'm gonna spend it?
I bought a bottle of scotch. That's the first thing I did. It was Belvedere Double Wood, 12-year. Something that was not that expensive, probably like $80, $90, but it's one of those good bottles that I enjoy. So I bought that like the next following day. Other than that, it was just enjoying the experience to actually get to continue to play this game and to continue to have a team look at me for what I was worth, and build with them and continue this journey. And look, it got me a Super Bowl ring, so I'm truly happy about it.
I love that answer. I'm not letting my wife watch this interview, though, because I want to buy a Macallan 18-year, and I don't make $20 million, and she's looking at me like I'm crazy. So maybe I, keep it to 12 or something.
The 18 ain't that expensive. You doing a triple cast or you doing a singles? All depends. I got a couple of them at the house.
Which one? So I've got the Macallan 12-year Sherry Oak cast that I love. It's like $80. Yeah, the 18-year was like, well, I live in New York, so it's 150. It's probably 60 everywhere else.
Yeah, you have to get the triple cast is where it's at. The cherry cast is good, but you get the triple cast, you'll love it. Then from there you could just venture out into Macallan.
All right, I'm gonna do it. You've sold me. I'm not gonna tell my wife, and I'm gonna keep her away from the show so she doesn't see this. I want to ask you about your charitable work, and we talked to a lot of guys about the differences they make. And for you work with a lot of kids with disabilities, including dyslexia. It's close to home for me because we've got a loved one who's dealing with that and getting their young one evaluated properly and have sort of gone through the experience of what it's like for a child to feel some anger and frustration when you don't know. In this case, we think it is dyslexia. So can you talk a little bit about your personal experience, your charitable work, and what folks can do if they want to contribute?
Well, the best thing is if you know something that has to learn the challenge is to actually talk to them and see what their challenges are. Then talk to their teachers and reach out to understand what is going on. No kid really has a bad attitude towards or behaves negatively. They just don't understand. So most of the time when people act out in class, they're doing it because they're not getting it or they're frustrated at the point where they're like, I see everybody else doing it and I just don't know what else to do. So they just wander. But doing that is the best thing to do is actually ask what's going on and walk through it and be involved in your kid's life and be involved in somebody's life that's actually struggling with that. And like for me, I didn't get diagnosed with dyslexia until I was 20. So we didn't know how to learn the challenge growing up. So it wasn't no name on it because most of the time no one wants to pay for the testing. And that was with my situation. There was the heavy testing that only certain people knew about it, but they didn't really tell us about it because they didn't want to pay for it through their program. So actually understanding what testings are available for that age group, getting them tested, or reaching out to your local counselors or your school district to understand the full benefits you could get. And it's sit there and it's walk through the steps, and that's the best thing. Like I was just working out a couple of days ago, and the kid had autism, and I'm looking at one of the trainers, and I'm like, the best way you could do with this kid with autism is sit there and work with him next to him, doing every single exercise, because he'll sit there and look at you and repeat what you're doing and see if he's doing it right. Then tell him he's doing a good job. Even if it's not exactly perfect, it's also him trying to attempt to do it. It's doing a good job.
Yeah, all of that rings very familiar, and I love the work you're doing. I appreciate you. Thanks for being on, and congratulations on getting to go to the airport after this Super Bowl and have everybody on your side of the equation smiling. Congrats on the championship. Congrats on the success. Have a great offseason. We'd love to do this again sometime.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.